The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show. It's time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, then you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries with 2 strangers and 1 target where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and is even loved by Hollywood celebrities including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Order Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, now available at Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout-out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. And heard worldwide on Geo 7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. And follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And don't forget to check out the Mike Wagner Show merchandise for t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, throw pillows, tote bags, and more. Go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, including more t-shirts, more hoodies, and some great books by Mian Mohsen Zia, including Missing, Ones, Wrinkles, and more. Go to Amazon.com and check out the Mian Mohsen Zia store. And don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show generously with your donation at the MikeWagnerShow.com. Don't forget to support us at Anchor FM/support, and also on PayPal at The Mike Wagner Show. Make sure you do so today. We're here with a wonderful lady who's a wife, a mother, and also a business owner, and has a brand new book out called Battered Blessings, Surviving My Abusive Toxic Relationship. It's about she's battled domestic violence and found the courage to speak the truth, and she talks about her story, her 5 points of speak. We'll get to that. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studio somewhere in the beautiful United States, the very, very multi-talented author of Battered Blessing, Shannon Ezzo. Shannon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Well, it's great to have you on board as well, too. And, of course, reading some of your material as well, too. I mean, you've got an amazing story, and it's a book called Battered Blessings, Surviving My Abusive Toxic Relationship, and you actually found the courage to speak the truth. You do so in the book, and you make the 5 points of speak, and you're not only an author, you're also wife, mother, and business owner as well, too. And before we get into all that, tell us how I first got started, Shannon.
I first got started. I was bored at work one day and I thought about writing a book and laughed at myself. So I researched, because I am not qualified. I just kind of researched it on YouTube for like 17 minutes and then started typing, and everybody seemed to really like it. So 5 weeks and over 500 pages later, I had this novel in front of you.
That's quite interesting. And what actually inspired you to write the book in the first place?
I feel like my outcome of the story could be inspiring for somebody else, because it doesn't always end up so positive when you're in a situation like this. So I just wanted people to have kind of a really shining example of a real life person that they could relate to and feel less alone.
Mm-hmm. And of course, too, that you're also a wife, mother, business owner as well, too. And, tell us about your business as well, too. And, life of motherhood. I mean, it's got to be really amazing.
Yeah, I could definitely say my life is not horrible at this moment. My husband bought me a business basically after we got married, a cabinet finishing business, because I've been doing cabinet finishing since I was like 17 years old.
Wow.
And yeah, I actually just had I landed a massive contract today right before this interview. So I'm really excited about where that's going right now.
Oh, congratulations.
It's just been great. And my daughter is about to turn 4. We actually just had her adoption celebration this past weekend for Father's Day, because she was officially adopted by my current husband. And that's all finalized and gone through. So we just had a big celebratory weekend, and she's living her best life, about to start pre-K. And everything's amazing right now.
That is very amazing. And congratulations for all you do.
Thank you so much.
And where is this again? You guys are located?
We're located in Lawrenceville and Suwanee, Georgia.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. You go to Peachtree, they say, too. So yeah, I was going to ask you something as well, too. Who are some of your favorite authors and writers growing up, Shannon?
You know what, though? I have so many, but the one that sticks out to me the most and stuck with me was actually David Peltzer. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He wrote a book called A Child Called It. And that was his real novel of what happened to him. And at that time that he wrote that book, I believe it was the 3rd worst documented case of child abuse, where in the state that he lived in. He was on Oprah and everything. That's how I heard of him. And that book just really stuck with me because it was so open and honest and raw and graphic. So for some reason, that since, I was a teenager, that book stuck with me. And that book is actually what inspired me to write this one.
Okay, I can see your point on that one too, and also you talk about domestic violence and everything like that, especially in your state. And how do you feel about the laws when it comes to domestic violence in Georgia? Do you think they're strict? Do you think they're up there with America, or do you think they're kind of lax in a way?
I think, to be polite about it, they're laughable.
Oh, really? How so?
Yeah. So basically, you don't really get anything but a slap on the wrist for doing anything. You have to have buttloads of proof to actually incarcerate somebody for doing something like this to you. And afterwards is where it really gets yucky. So I think my biggest problem is there's nothing that you can do that's preventative. Even a restraining order, it's really just a piece of paper. It doesn't prevent anything. And the law is there to, protect and serve after the fact. But after the fact is when a lot of these statistics skyrocket for women being murdered, stalked. Yeah, families being stalked. It skyrockets after that. Once you get these guys in trouble, they're just livid with you. And especially if they get any kind of jail time, even if it's 30 days, 24 hours, what have you, they're just so irritated that you had the audacity to try to stand up to them and show some light on what they really are, that they make it their life's function to come after you and destroy you after that. It's terrifying.
It is unbelievable. And also, how long has this been going on with these laws?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
Oh, how long has it been going on with those laws? Were they like recent, or did they cut back, or has it been like there from the beginning of time, like 10, 20, 30, 50 years or so, most recent?
With the laws and stuff in Georgia, I just looked up what the laws state now, and I don't know how long they've been in place, but fines and imprisonment is basically not heard of for anything. You would literally have to practically murder somebody to even get a year in jail in the state of Georgia for what these guys are doing.
Oh my gosh, that is unbelievable. And if you were in charge of the system, what would you do, and what would you see changed?
If I was in charge, I would definitely try to implement a program of rehabilitation for the abuser. And I know that sounds really ridiculous, but if you're not teaching these guys better, because a lot of them come from backgrounds of abuse themselves. Statistics show that children exposed to violence in the home are literally 15 times more likely to be physically or sexually assaulted than the national average. So they're teaching that that's a normalcy when they're growing up around it, right? So throwing them in jail really isn't fixing the problem. It helps the abused feel safe for the time being, but it's not correcting the behavior. Mm-hmm. So if these guys were victimized themselves, they're lashing out and they're acting irrationally, yes. But that's what they know, and they should be treated with some kind of rehabilitation program while they're incarcerated, I think. Or at least have that option. Mm-hmm. Some guys don't want to get better. Guys really do.
Right. And of course, we'll talk about those options as well, too, including the 5 points to speak that you feature in the book. We'll talk about that. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout-out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mian Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mian Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mian Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even endorsed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mian Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. And coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for some great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mian Molson-Zia store with great books and more. And don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show with your generous donation at themikewagnershow.com. Also on anchorfm/support and PayPal at the Mike Wagner Show. Make sure you do so today. We're here with the amazing wife, mother, business owner, and author Shannon Ezzo of Battered Blessings, Surviving My Abusive, Toxic Relationship, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And we covered some of the grounds about domestic violence in Georgia. And tell us a bit more about the book Battered Blessings, Surviving My Abusive, Toxic Relationship, before we get into the 5 points of speak.
Basically, it takes you on a 3-year journey of how I met my abuser, how I ignored all the red flags and pushed through the relationship, and how it ended up getting really violent, physically, sexually, mentally, emotionally, and then the outcome of that relationship. it's a pretty graphic book, so it's not for everybody. There's a lot of foul language and graphic scenes in the book, which are hard to read, especially if you have any experience in these kind of situations yourself or have recently gone through it. I know that when the book was released, the person that was with him, my abuser at the time, actually he beat her up pretty bad.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so she after reading the book, her and I connected actually, and she was just here for the adoption party. But she's so sweet and wonderful, and unfortunately, he took out a lot of his aggression on her, and he's paying for that right now. He's incarcerated currently, but you know, it can be a trigger warning. When she first read the book, she called me very upset. She was crying. It triggered a lot of trauma dreams for her, and just, you know, reliving the same kind of things that she had gone through herself. So it's not for the faint of heart, but it's written as well as I could write it without having any experience. And as I just wanted that authenticity that I felt like I read when I was younger, referring back to David Peltzer. And I wanted the reader to understand how I was feeling throughout the entire saga, I guess you could call it, because it was only 3 years of my life. But I just wanted to take you on an emotional journey like I was taken. So you've got, you know, funny parts, sad parts, hard to read parts, graphic parts. And it's you're just going on this emotional roller coaster with me.
And did the accuser end up by any chance? Did your accuser get to read the book? And if he did, what were his thoughts on it?
He was incarcerated shortly after it came out, so he didn't get to read it, but he did get to post himself on Facebook blabbing about how he was now famous from the book and hashtagged his character name in the book.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, all that? Oh, my gosh. I think there ought to be a law on that one, to be honest with you. So,
yeah, well, he's facing some of his own stuff right now, and that's fine. Karma's going to get him what he deserves. But yeah, that just gives you the caliber of kind of person. You know, narcissistic behavior is, in my experience, not correctable. That's why I kind of wish there was more programs to enlighten these guys. But as I said, a lot of them don't really see the wrong in what they're doing.
And of course, too, the big question that often comes up, it says, why didn't you leave?
Of course. I get that all the time.
Uh-huh.
And at that time, I didn't leave because, I didn't realize really how bad the abuse was. I wouldn't even admit it at the time that I was being abused. But at that time, I had seen him as kind of a teenage boy who didn't get enough love when he was a kid because his parents didn't want him. You know, he was in the system. His parents were horrible to him, and he was abused himself. He had gone through a lot. So I felt like, well, man, I can really help him. I can be the one to change him. I'm strong enough to deal with this. Like, he just really needs to feel unconditional love. So my needs were kind of put on the back burner because I have that really strong motherly instinct because I saw him as a battered child himself.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you know, they say, too, that a leopard doesn't change his spots, and they say a rose is a rose is a rose is a rose. You know, that's kind of sad, but true in a way.
It's very true. I mean, if you look at his pattern, just him specifically, he goes after the same kind of female. You know, he wants somebody strong and motherly that'll take care of him financially because he doesn't really do much with his life. So he steps into those roles and then gives you the sad childhood experience that he had, and we just kind of melt to that. And then he kind of, once he gets us where he wants us, molds us into behaving accordingly to whatever is making him more comfortable.
Right, exactly it, too. And also, let's get to some of the parts about Battered Blessings as well, too, and some tips on how to stay alive in an abusive relationship, and how to strategize a safe escape, and why putting in jail doesn't work, and most importantly, how to navigate the PTSD nightmares as well, too. That's going to be quite common, PTSD.
Oh, you have no idea. I didn't even realize I had PTSD until like a year and a half after I had my daughter. And when I was diagnosed, I was floored. I thought that was strictly something for, like, you know, soldiers that went and fought for our country or whatever. But yeah, I had to go through almost 2 years of therapy for it, for PTSD, anxiety, depression. I was having trauma dreams. I still do occasionally, but they've been monitored and dealt with, I think, in a healthy manner.
And, of course, you also share some tips as well, too, on staying alive in an abusive relationship. Maybe just a few tips for us.
Oh, absolutely. So, number one, if you're in a situation like this, document everything. Pictures, text messages, whatever you can document, any kind of bodily harm. Keep a diary if you have to. Send photos to somebody that you trust that will keep them. In my case, he would go through my phone and delete things. So I didn't have much of a stockpile until I left. So document everything. Try to get an escape plan if you can with somebody that you can trust that won't escalate the situation. And by that, I mean, if you call this person or set up a safe word with this person, then they know that their action is to just call the police. They don't want to come over and get the whole thing, escalated. Abusers, they're very controlling and they groom you in a certain way. So you don't want to agitate them while you're trying to, get out, basically. So what I did was I had a safe word or a safe phrase that I used with a specific person. And if they knew that I used that safe word, I would initiate, and then I would send them my location if I had to, which she actually had to do with me because she was in an abusive relationship as well. So, gain some knowledge, whatever knowledge you can about anything. What are your needs? Do you have kids that you need to protect? Do you have assets that you need to protect? Gain your knowledge and really plan it. Don't just walk away from everything. And well, if you can, I mean, obviously some escalate, but try to do it as slowly and as smartly as you possibly can without agitating your abuser and collecting every little bit of evidence that you can.
And once again, how do you strategize a safe escape?
By speaking out to the right person and staying quiet to the wrong ones and being smart about it.
Mm-hmm. And most importantly, and let's put some emphasis on this, once again, why putting the abuser in jail does not work.
Well, like I said, it just agitates them further. The woman that was just here actually for my adoption party, she's terrified right now because he's served 6 months down in Florida and they're shipping him up to Philadelphia where he actually did abuse her. Actually Friday he gets expedited up there to face charges for that. She's terrified about what he's going to do when he gets out because they stalk you, they threaten your family. The individual that I was with, he happened to be a member of a biker gang. So he used that to intimidate me. And luckily the club didn't get involved and they stayed completely out of it. They didn't back him in it. But when you're by yourself, and when I left, I was 4 months pregnant. So I was terrified. Anytime I heard a motorcycle, I would just burst into tears because I was terrified. Mm-hmm. They need to learn a different way of being.
Right, and I think that's very important as well, too. And we're going to do a complete rundown using the speak analogy as well, too. The 5 points of it, we'll cover that as well, too, in 1 minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international war-ring author Mia Molson Z of Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with author Shannon Ezzo of Battered Blessings, Surviving My Abusive Toxic Relationship, after this time out.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley and I'm an American actress and a TV host, and I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written, it's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionsea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple, and more. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, where The Mike Wagner Show interviews great guests, cool conversation, lots of laughs, coffee, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device, subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today.
Hey, this is Ray Powers. And if there's one thing you can count on in these unpredictable times, it's that you're in good hands getting some great radio, courtesy of The Mike Wagner Show.
We're back with author Shannon Ezzo of Battered Blessings, Surviving My Abusive Toxic Relationship here in the Mike Wagner Show, and we got some really good insight from Shannon about the battered relationship situation, and let's cover again as well too. This time we're going to do it as a 5 points in the acronym of SPEAK. So there's 5 components to it, and once again, tell us about the 5 components of SPEAK, and let's make sure everybody remembers this in case this happens to them.
S stands for safe word. So if you have a safe word that you can use that's kind of common and won't stick out, or a safe phrase like, hey, can you order me a pizza? I don't have any money. Yeah, I'm at home. Or something that's just an example. Think of something that would work for your situation and your friends that won't alarm your abuser. So once that is implemented, then somebody can send help for you. Pictures, document everything. Take pictures, date them, keep a log, everything that you can. Once you know you've decided that you want to get out of this relationship safely, you will need that later on. So E stands for escape. Plan a safe escape, because 75% of death occur after the victim escapes the relationship. That's what I mean. You don't want to agitate your abuser. So you want to make a smart plan that will save your life, save the life of your kids if you have them, and save the life of your abuser, because you don't want it to escalate for anybody to be murdered or commit suicide. Abusers, A stands for abuser. Don't reveal anything to your abuser. Be aware of your abuser. He'll scan your phone and text. He might, if you have to send documentations of the violence to a trusted friend, do that. And lastly, knowledge. Gain knowledge from professionals. Call the domestic violence agency. They literally take on, I think at this point, over 20,000 phone calls a day are placed to the domestic violence hotlines. Yeah, it's erratic. But they will help you implement these plans to get you out safely if that's what you need to do. And you get housing if you need it. They will help your children get counseling if they need it, because like I said earlier, children that are exposed to this kind of stuff are 15 times more likely to be physically and sexually assaulted. They want to correct this behavior. So there's tons of programs that are funded by the domestic violence agencies in your local area that you can reach out to and get help from. And they're completely anonymous.
That is amazing. I mean, you summed it up very well. And is there anything you hope your readers will take away from your book?
Strength and inspiration.
And I think that's very important. And lastly, how can we help?
How can you help? If somebody approaches you and needs to talk to you about something in your life or their life, listen. Do what you can to listen. Do what you can to be there for them and not escalate the situation.
And I think that's important as well too. And once again, what's your website and where can we find the book at?
You can find the book on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, all the websites, at Google, or batteredblessings.com.
All right, we will check that out. Once again, we're with author Shannon Ezzo of Battered Blessings, Surviving My Abusive Toxic Relationship here on the Mike Wagner Show. Shannon, you've been very, very interesting. Thank you for your time, and love to have you back on. And just a few more things. What can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond, Shannon?
Business is booming from me right now.
Oh, wow. I'd like to hear more about it.
Yeah, I have so much going on at business. I don't even know if I'll have time to write another book or not, but we'll see how this one does.
And I think it'll do very well, too, along with your business. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career, Shannon?
In my career?
Yes.
Well, which one?
Both. Or anyone.
No, my biggest influence in my career, I think of my mother, honestly, because she's always been such a hard worker. I mean, that woman she could be sick to death and still working 3 jobs. So I think she really inspired me to do everything that I have to do in this lifetime and get it done.
Oh, that is so inspirational. I love it when people work so many jobs just to provide for a family. That is so amazing. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
To anybody at this point, I would say the best advice is to think about what your actions do to other people and try to correct some of your own toxic traits.
And that's a very good point. Once again, author Shannon Ezzo, Battered Blessings, Surviving My Abusive Toxic Relationship here on the Mike Wagner Show. Shannon, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on 2021 beyond. Don't forget to keep in touch. Once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact you, or can people purchase or check out your book?
Batteredblessings.com. I have a Battered Blessings Facebook page, and Battered Blessings is available on Amazon, Google, Barnes & Noble, wherever you can buy a book.
We certainly do so. Once again, Shannon, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you. Have back on 2021 beyond. And don't forget to keep in touch. You've been absolutely terrific, and we wish you all the best in everything you do.
Okay, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamosenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.